And I'm assuming all the contracts do that, we get all the materials and we have all
Yeah,
the.
I know for like the bid, especially like Erica requested the photographs, so we have that included in the language that we would have rights to the photographs.
Do we own
The file.
Do we own the actual file once the file is
Of the actual Shorewood today,
Yeah, like, so.
like I have like a PDF of the document that we archive
Yeah.
and have on record.
Well, so one of the things like at CDA that we're talking about is that we're making some updates to the data in, what was the name of the document?
Why Shorewood and the management today?
Yes.
Or management Shorewood.
And so, and it's really just the data, but if we, you know, we're making some, the graphically it looks the same, but the information, the data information, if we own that document and have the ability to make those changes, like there may be some opportunity in the future for some cost saving that we could make that adjustment to adjust the data while the look stays the same. Does that make sense?
The formatting.
Yes.
It comes with us, so if we pick someone else, then you have that format and you can be consistent.
Right.
You can RFP the format.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having me take a look back, I can sit down with Nathan and make sure that language is clear in here. I know we included the rights to some parts of it, but I'm not sure if that precise is in there or not,
Okay.
so I can take a look at
I would look for like an ownership of deliverables section, that's probably where it'll be housed.
that. Okay,
Did you find that rate? I'm sorry.
I did.
Okay.
So it increased 2,000 from 71 something to 73,000 something. So it increased 2,000 from 2019 to 2020, and then another 4,000 the following year.
But
So it's
what's
only
the-
the first year that doesn't increase.
But what's the rate, like,
The
so,
percentage,
yeah, like, is it,
I
two,
could bust out,
is
I
it?
could get my.
Thank you.
I could do some
No, it
math.
just was very helpful, Mark.
Are you talking about the advertising fees or the generated revenue?
Advertising fees,
Right, not the revenue number.
yeah, just the advertising fees. And I think
Per
he
page
was,
rate, for example.
right, like, when you go to me and you say a fourth page, you know, or, you go to the business, you say, these are the rates. Do they go up by 2%? I wonder if.
2.8% the first time, and then it's about doubled, so it's about 5.5% the second time.
So,
Oh, here we go.
I'm wondering, just to move things along, I'm not gonna make a motion to approve. Is there anyone else who wants to make a motion to approve this?
Did you want to say something?
Well, I wasn't hearing that maybe there was comfortability of moving forward tonight, so I was going to suggest that you move to defer this to the December 3rd meeting.
No, I want to do that.
Or
I'd
you
like,
wanted to take a motion? Okay.
Well, I guess I'll make a motion to refer this back to the Marketing Leadership Committee to discuss the subsidy
advertising rate
and what?
The rates.
Advertising rates.
and some of the other things, I don't know what the right word is, but yeah, like any cost savings measure
The
that,
concerns,
to the
the
taxpayer.
concerns discussed at this meeting, I
Sure.
guess.
Can I ask a quick clarifying
Yes.
question? Do we have to resolve this, doesn't this have to be resolved as part of the budget, or is this something we're gonna hang over a little longer?
that is what I was asking. No, you have to do it by budget, yeah.
Okay, so,
You're gonna have to put it in the budget.
Yeah, we have to put something in for budget.
But if we act today, then that is the budget,
okay,
because you're signing a 3-year contract.
so next week would be,
All right, so we have that decision by the 22nd.
is this something where you feel like you can get information for us by the 22nd?
No. Scheduling with the leadership partners is something that, yeah, getting a meeting in a week is not able, but, that's, I don't know if that's just a number that we either leave, or if you just want to amend and we can amend later.
Can you do that?
Unfortunately, I can't get a meeting
Amend
by
it
the 22nd.
So the problem was that we asked for it and it came back without an it's like like when you say, well, what could you do, and you don't have an option, and we bid it, so that's legally, I'm not quite sure. Trustee McKay?
Right, so that would be a procedural and a legal question. I guess I just wanted to say that, so I've been the representative on the Marketing Leadership Committee for several years, and I really did, all the suggestions from the past couple of years definitely did enter into the process this year. And I do, I feel for Tyler because, I think everybody did think that it was a win because we took, we reduced the number of copies and was able to bring the overall partner contribution down, and so it was an interpretation. I'm sorry that it's not enough, and I'm sorry that it's not in the places where you wanted it. But if you look at the overall 3-year contract, you do get that bump in rate, advertising rate moving forward, and which will then, I would think, bring it down unless there's an intention, I know, to absorb that increase in design. I don't know, I guess I just want to say that I apologize. I'm sorry that it doesn't feel like as big a win as it seemed coming out of the process. But in good faith, I really think that that's where all the partners were engaged. So I don't think we have a motion on the floor, right? And I'm also not,
I don't think I have a second.
right?
Oh, can you repeat the motion?
I move to refer it
Back to the marketing leadership committee to discuss subsidy and advertising rates.
But it would, and I would like to second that, and do you need to, so to discuss and bring it back just means we're, right? So I just want to make sure we're not going to just discuss and lay it over, because there won't, just by sending it back, I think we have to act on one of these contracts tonight, because by sending it back, you won't have the time to rebid, and there's no alternative from what we've received in the contract, is that correct?
Yeah.
Unless we
well,
adopt less, or unless we, the other option is it could do that, but by budget, we just have to pick a number and say the rest you're making up by advertising. Because that's our right to do. So if we ran out of time and they weren't able to bid it out, I mean, that's the alternative we're setting up to do, which I'm perfectly comfortable doing. Our rates are half of Whitefish Bay, and have you looked at the Whitefish Bay magazine? I mean, it's like a newspaper, it has all ads, I mean, and the rates are twice as much, and they still, do fine. So I would like, when we can raise fees, like the fire department raised them 15%, last year, I mean, the rates were low. So in order to accomplish that though, I guess I just want to be clear, I would like to second the motion, so I don't want to vote on this. I don't want to approve this contract as is. So just know, if you vote yes, correct, then you are probably just going to set a rate. You're basically saying tonight, we want you to lower it by, like 2,000, that we want to get down to this other, we want to be comparable to this, and so we would want the advertisement rates to be raised.
And by the 22nd, I could try to get a number, but it won't be,
You can't.
they won't be discussed by the marketing leader. Well, what I might do is I might contact all 3 partners to let them know that the contract wasn't approved by the village board, and that we're doing a reassessment of the advertising rates, et cetera, right? And just allow, an update to the responses based on the feedback presented. I could try to get numbers by the 22nd, but I just know that those numbers haven't been talked yet by the leadership committee, but maybe that gives you some foresight into the budgetary numbers. That's, I think, the best I can do.
I think that, one of the reasons we asked for this to be bid out, I don't believe it had ever been bid out before. I believe it had been sole sourced, or maybe we did bid it out. I can't remember. But, we do have, and I understand the Brown Deer publication was considered not really comparable, but we do now have, another company saying that they could do it for a subsidy of $2,000. So, I mean, I would be willing to propose a budget, a subsidy of $2,000 rather than the $4,475. And so, and if NB can't, Solutions or Partners or whatever it is, just can't seem to do that, then we have another option.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would propose that as a way to go forward. That gives us an answer for next Monday as well.
So can you withdraw your motion? So in other words, from what I hear, if that makes sense, but Tyler could then give that village board, if it was approved, the village board wants to set it at this amount, and give all
I'll
3.
withdraw my motion, and I'll make a new motion to refer this contract back to the marketing leadership team, indicating that the village board would be amenable to a subsidy of $2,000 per year for the next 3 years. Yeah.
Just so you have to give that, you have to notify all 3, and then they will come back to you to tell you.
I referred it back to the marketing leadership committee, so.
I understand. The only issue I have is if I go back to the marketing leadership committee and the other partners say, no, we're not willing to do that, that's where we're in a stalemate in a way. And that's where I'm gonna probably ask for some help in figuring out how to kind of reach an agreement on this. So, but we'll see what, I don't know what
Yeah,
the
I
leadership
think
committee meeting will, or what the members will say, so we'll see.
Okay, so did you make, can you,
Yeah, I made a
Um,
motion.
second, can you read it back for the?
Trustee Amenta moved to refer back to the marketing leadership committee and to indicate that the village board is amendable to a subsidy of $2,000 per year for the next 3 years.
And to rebid it, or do we need to add anything like that, or is
No.
that clear enough?
It's clear to me on what I need to do.
But is it clear to like the reader? Okay. All right, and we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Trustee McKay?
Yes, I'm not gonna vote for this because I'm not clear on how all the numbers would, how all the, numbers would work out, based on, I guess I would be, if the issue is advertising rate, I guess I don't feel confident enough in the math of how, I'm not questioning anyone's math, I'm just saying that if one partner goes down to 2,000, then if all the other partners go down to 2,000, then that's a deficit of, X, which then is a larger deficit to cover by advertising rates. And I'm not sure that the increase in advertising rates would really meet that need, even if the contractor, resubmitted. I'm also not sure of the procedure around trying to alter a bid contract. So I guess I'm just not clear enough. I understand that the will of the board is to not approve this contract as presented. And I respect that, and I think it's for good reasons. I guess I was hoping that we would be able to accept this contract and then work with the partners to get a different sort of subsidy formula, advertising formula, so in a more proactive way. And I understand the frustration because you feel like you've asked for that for several years, but I guess I see more movement than.
Yeah. I just want to clarify that if Tyler gives the option, we already have a contract in front of us. We have 3 proposals, and one of those contracts does exactly what we're asking for. So there's not a fear that,
Oh, I see.
that
So
you
it
don't
would,
need to move forward with anything. This is just saying the village board is comfortable with a proposal that is producing the same amount of pages, with the same amount of advertisements for this number. And if we want to offer the opportunity, this is actually giving an opportunity rather than approving a contract we have before us, to match that in any way they think is, we're actually giving that same opportunity to the 3 bidders, and then they come back. If they can't meet that, that doesn't mean that the magazine wouldn't go forward. We do have we could have a motion on the floor to approve the other contract. It's just saying, it's actually giving an opportunity, instead of picking one tonight, to say, this is the intent, would you match it in any way that you find possible? If it's, I think advertising is the most logical.
this contractor match it or the other partners match it? Because
It just lowers the other partners. It's never gonna hire, they're never gonna have more. If we capped it at 2,000 for us, they just put in this one.
Right, which then forces them to it forces this contractor to make up the difference and resubmit, do a different funding to match their, revenue needs. Or it forces the entity of the marketing leadership, all of our entities, to take a contract that wasn't recommended by another contractor at that price. So it's basically asking the proposal in front of us, it's asking that contract to reduce their price to make it the same as Caprilli Marketing, which is a different product and a different.
Correct, just what they did to us. So they're gonna do the same.
I'm not-
I'm just saying that's the same position, it's just altered, because it is, well, here's what we would be recommending. And if you don't like that, then you need to deny, you know what I'm saying, like, it's just the flip.
Right, but the other partners did recommend this, chose this contract, this bid. So I'm just,
Yes.
and it's okay, as the village board, any of those boards could trump it as well and say, nope, we're not doing it. So I'm not saying that this board can't do that, but I'm just trying to explain that the other partners did review all these proposals as well, and this is the one that was chosen.
Okay, and can I ask our partner, which is Tyler and Rebecca, why there was, seeing the advertisement rates, was there discussion, like, I see what they said in the proposal, but did you guys discuss anything in particular from this proposal of cost reduction? Or before you recommended to us?
I mean, marketing solutions specifically, or?
Sure, I mean,
Or do you mean the school and the bid?
I just mean the marketing leadership committee, we have two representatives, well, we have
Yeah.
CDA is Rebecca
Right.
and yours. So,
I'm the marketing leadership rep.
but you weren't, were you on during that time?